What up, weebs and weeblets? I'm Zach.
And I'm Sean.
And welcome to Two Lowkey Weebs. Today, we're talking about the Reze Arc. So sit down, shut up, and let's jump into it. All right, so the Reze Arc is Chainsaw Man, and there's a movie coming out leading up to... What?
Yeah,
hell yeah, there is. So there's a new director for it from the first season. They've really changed the style. I was happy with the first season, but I really like the new art style that comes with it.
And hopefully it continues into the next season when that eventually
it does. Out. I'm sure it will stick. Because there was a lot of backlash from the first season for people who didn't. I think especially in Japan that people just didn't like the vibe of it, didn't like the style of it. They took a more cinematic approach and less anime feel, as I guess the vibe the director was going for, and he got a lot of death threats.
Wow, that seems unnecessary.
I think he had to turn off his social. He turned off his socials for a while.
I think that's a good thing for some people in general, anyways.
Dude, sometimes you just gotta
not
get away.
Not the people watching this though.
But yeah, so I really liked the first season. I really liked the style, and we just watched the compilation. Yep. Which is literally just a compilation. They went back, redid some of the voice work, redid a handful of things. I think they took some music out. There's long lists anywhere. You can look it up for all of the changes, but it works. It really does.
Yeah, we didn't have any problem with it.
So yeah, I enjoyed that. We watched that and then reread the Reze Arc. So we're going to go over what all's in the Reze Arc. If you haven't read it or watched it, if this is after October 24th, which is when it comes to theaters globally, do that first, or we're going to spoil you. So, let's just hop right in. So the end of season 1 is where this starts, and how that ended is, lots of stuff. But
Samurai Dude getting kicked in the nuts.
Samurai Dude, that is one of my favorite scenes is when Aki rolls up his, he's just Himino wouldn't want that. And then he looks at the Easy Revenge cigarette and rolls up his sleeves. I actually screenshotted the manga panel because it's so good. Aki's my favorite. I've said this probably 1,000 times. It's also, is this our first Chainsaw Man episode? We talk about Fujimoto all the time.
Might be our actual first Chainsaw Man episode.
About damn time.
For as much as we talk about Englaze the Man.
I know.
And also worry about his mental health.
Right? So at the end of the season, they're doing the nut kicking, and we find out that they have enough bullets that the pieces of the gun devil, that its skin is moving towards it. And that's kind of where they leave us off at the end of it. And I think they even tease for this arc, because I think post-credits of the last episode, or at the very end of it, they do the country mouse or city mouse.
Oh, thing. Yeah.
Which is a key thing in this.
It keeps coming up in this particular arc.
It's the story of the country mouse versus the city mouse. Would you rather be a country mouse or a city mouse? A city mouse gets to eat better food, but has more danger, and, there's more cats and more people to kill them, whereas the country mouse doesn't eat as lavishly, but has, that sense of comfort and safety. And so that question is posed throughout this arc.
Yeah.
But this arc starts with Power's horns are big. And there's so much that goes into this arc that, just Chainsaw Man in general, that just kind of little tidbits that build on. I mean, it's just good storytelling, realistically.
Characters evolving?
Yeah,
what?
Characters evolving and showing different sides of characters, because we meet Beam here, but when Makima explains what's going on with Power, she says we have to drain her blood some, and Makima says, I'm going to take Power, Denji, I'm going to give you Beam, and Denji's like, sure. And Power's scared. You can see that Power is scared that she needs to be left with Makima, and it's you get little hints at
Makima's true nature.
Makima's true nature throughout it, and this was just a nice... There's so many little touches that kind of build to everyone's characters throughout it, and I just felt like that was worth pointing out. So then we get to... We've already met Beam, but Beam is just... He's like a dog. He's kind of
dog mentality.
He's kind of like Denji's dog. He worships Denji because of what Denji was in hell, what Chainsaw Man is in hell, and he calls him Lord Chainsaw. And so we get an idea that Chainsaw Man was a bad bitch, but... not even Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Devil was a bad bitch, to the extent that Beam gives absolute
deference,
fealty. Is that the word?
Porque no los dos.
Okay, cool. Fealty, I think, is correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the word for a knight has fealty to a king sort of deal. So I mean, just Beam in this whole arc is gold. I adore him. He's just so dumb. I mean,
he's a good comic character
he
in
is,
a very action-filled arc.
He is, and he's nice because he gives us that tie to hell. Yeah. Because most fiends, I don't think really remember hell, but he does. I think most fiends don't even remember their death. I think they reference this later in the comic. It's not a big spoiler, but like that, all they remember of their death is the sound of the chainsaw, which is fucking metal, dude. I adore that. So this whole arc really starts though with Denji gets a date with Makima, and I love Makima. I'm gonna say I love every character in this series.
He does.
I do.
He will.
Because I do. Makima and Denji go on a date. So Makima has obviously, it's pretty clear at this point from the start that she's a groomer. that she's just using Denji. Yes. And that this date shows this more. But like Makima, they do such a good job making Makima cute as hell. Like,
yeah.
She's very charming. Like everything she does. Like, I mean, I would have been won over on that date in a heartbeat.
It's pitch perfect what she does to him.
Oh, I know. Well, because they go to see a bunch of movies. So she just shows up, and first of all, I mean, I have a type, and it's she shows up. She's like, "Hey, we're watching movies till midnight. That's the date." Like she's just like, "This is happening." And first of all, that's a fun date idea. And he's never seen any movies, and he's just not really vibing with any of them until like the last one. He's like, "Do we really have to?" And she's like, "Well, I like about 1 in 10 movies, but that one changes how it will stick with me forever." And that's what this next movie is. And Denji ends up like bawling his eyes out, which is great. Because he's having existential issues of like, do I have a heart? Because Pochita's his heart, and he's having like this existential crisis, but he has an emotional reaction, and so does Makima. Which is interesting because like I just feel like knowing Makima's character, like her crying too, just is. I just think it's an interesting touch. Do you think she really was?
No.
She's just playing it.
Yeah.
She saw him crying and she's just playing it.
No, nothing about Makima gives
a flying fuck about anything.
Yes.
So you've got this moment where he's struggling with that, and then he has an emotional connection to a movie that wasn't widely accepted. So like they're kind of movie snobs, I think.
At least Makima is.
Like, apparently Denji is too, because he was too good for everything else. Closet movie slob. Snob.
Oh, he's definitely a slob.
He's a slob. Denji, he's kind of coming to terms with like, does he have a heart? And he just straight up asks Makima. So she just puts her head on his heart and says, "I hear a heart. You must have a heart." And so he is on cloud 9.
Yeah, that's all it takes. He is a simple man.
He is. And you know, honestly, I'm going to get into this, I think, at the end. I want to just talk about my thoughts on the characters and everything. But I think he's perfect in the series because he's so simple, and whatever, I'll just talk about it now. I lied to you. I think what's such a good thing about his character and about Chainsaw Man as a whole is I think it can fit a lot of demographics, because if you're just here for cool shit,
there's
and
plenty
like
of cool shit,
campy jokes, and like just a dumb kid being dumb, like Denji fits that. And I love Denji because he is so emotionally out of his depth just being alive. Like, he's just in a world that he refuses to cope with. So he just takes that from a simple standpoint of, as long as I have good food, as long as there's babes in the world, or even like if I die, as long as it's to a babe, I'm living good. And like it's a good mantra and stuff, but then it's counterbalanced by characters like Aki or like Kishibe, who are valid members of the world, who are like, have to face the things that Denji refuses to.
Yeah.
And especially in this arc, because Denji is actively, like there is a physical embodiment in his dreams of the shit that he's not facing, because there's a door and Pochita's behind the door, and he says, "Denji, never open this door, no matter what. Don't open this door. Don't open this door." And I love how they handle that later in the series. I don't want to spoil it, but like,
no, because it's not really touched on.
It's not
beyond the existence of a door.
Is this the first time they bring it up?
First time I remember, but it's been a minute since I've read the entire first.
That's true.
series.
Going back and reading it was so fun. This arc, I'm always just like, this is where Chainsaw Man gets good, and I was right. But like, it's so fire. It's so good. And I always forget like how good it is. And a lot of it for me comes down to nuance of the characters like that. And like later in this arc with just reactions that Angel and Aki have. But I just think it works so well having this beautiful idiot being your like focal point, and just like how he just doesn't he chooses to exist in the world in a very stupid way. I don't want to call it stupid way, but like he just is. This is my life. This is how I live it, and that's that. And whereas you see how this world affects everyone else around him, and like the pain Aki's going through, and that Denji just doesn't even get it.
No, not at all.
And so that's my spiel about why I love Denji as a character, because it's just like if you're just here for the fun and the action moments, and you don't care about like
Chainsaw Man is still a perfect manga.
Chainsaw Man is still a perfect manga. It's Eye of the Beholder or something. I don't know. So moving on though. So Denji's on cloud 9, and after being on cloud 9, it starts to rain. He gets into a phone booth. It is a phone booth,
yes.
Right? Weird. Do those still exist in Japan? I don't know. And then somebody gets in the phone booth with them and then just starts laughing and then crying and says that you remind me of my dog, which is just the best pickup line. I'd fall for that.
I mean, it's also absolutely true of Denji. He is a dog. He is a dumb dog.
Oh, but just before this scene, he's on cloud 9 and someone's like, hey, do you want to donate to this charity for people who have suffered from demon attacks? And he's like, I'm a good person. I have a heart. And like he's so simple. He's just like, oh, I was told I have a heart, so I am a good person because I feel feelings now. And then he donates, they give him a flower, and he just eats it.
Yeah.
And the lady's reaction is such a good panel because, like, he just eats the flower, and her face is just perfect.
Because who does that?
Because who does that?
Someone who's never had real food for a consistent portion of his life.
Yeah, exactly. That's who. Or just generally unhinged. Not his fault, or maybe a little his fault. But so he's already eaten a flower, and that's important because once he's in there, the girl starts laughing at him, and then he just, like, kind of like in the first episode, he eats a cigarette and then hacks that back up. And he does that with the flower and then gives it to her. And so she introduces herself, says she's Reze and who the arc's about. She says, you're really funny. I'll give you a gift or something.
Thank you for the flowers.
Thank you. I'll give you a thank you for the flowers. Come to this coffee shop.
It's where I work.
Yeah, and she goes in, she's got a nice relationship with her boss. He's just like, you're late. She's like, you're stingy. And she turns around and Denji's already there. She's like, that was quick. And so she has him try coffee, which he hates, which is fun. I just
which is valid.
At the end of sidebar for the compilation, at the end of one of the compilations, they do a thing where Denji and Power try coffee. Denji tries coffee and Power's like, of course you don't like it. You don't have sophisticated taste. And then she drinks it and then just spits it up. She's like, it's mud. It's sewage. It's disgusting. And Aki's just like, guys, you gotta quiet down.
I agree, Power.
The compilation was fun. I really did like it. It's definitely worth the watch, or just watch the first season, whichever you prefer. They're both great. But yeah, so he doesn't like the coffee, and it's just him and Reze just getting to know each other. It's cute. It's nice seeing Denji interact with his peers, and she's
someone his own age.
I know, right?
Someone his own age,
and she's really like laying it out there for him, like, hey, your life's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're 16 and you don't go to school and you've never been to school and you just kill demons for a living. That's devils. That's your jam? Like, you know that's fucked up, right? He's like, nah, dude. No, I get 3 meals a day. And she's like, that's standard.
That's the bare minimum for living in Japan.
And he's like, nah. Which, again, I just appreciate Denji. He's never had anything. And he's... like, I feel like the way I was talking about how he's stupid and he's got stupid worldviews, like, I also want to say, like, I'm not even, like, putting them down. They work for him because he has such a low standard of living that he has no expectation of anything.
Of course, there is something beautiful about being that grateful for just having food.
Oh, I know, right? And he is, like, he's a beautiful idiot. He is a beautiful idiot, and when I talk about him being dumb, it's not from an air of superiority. It's just from a...
It's because he's also an idiot.
I am also an idiot. It's just the contrast between him and the other characters is what I really like. So they kind of start getting to know each other and everything, and then we cut to Aki. Aki now has to work with Angel, who I also love. Angel and Aki are great.
An androgynous king.
Angel is an androgynous king. I really like because when this first came out, I don't even know if it's people trolling or whatever, but on Reddit where they're just like, "Hey, who's this cutie?" Like, everyone want to know, like, who's this new babe? And it's like. Yeah, that's the Angel. He is a boy, and then you have the obvious follow up of even better. Real great twink energy if that's your jam.
Oh yeah.
So
something beautiful about an angel devil.
Yeah, there is, and the fact that they went with making him a man is just Fujimoto. Yes, Kate. So Angel Devil is super lazy. They cut to Makima talking to Aki, who's like, I don't think I can work with this guy. She's like, he's probably our second most powerful agent, or second strongest agent, if he wasn't so lazy.
Yeah.
But you got to learn to work with him. I mean, you're getting along with power now, right? And he's like, we just had a fist fight this morning.
And his face is bandaged up.
It's just, it's the little touches. She's like, well, you don't need to like him. You need to learn to manage him. So he's just lazy. He's like, I'm eating ice cream. And Aki's just like, fine, I'll kill you. You know, you'll be killed if you don't work with us. His response is just like, great, I want to die.
Yeah, he's been wanting to die.
It's just fun watching Aki try to learn how to manage him. And so then we cut back after that little touch. I feel like, was there another thing noteworthy in that note? Him just hanging out with Angel? I don't think so, actually. So Denji is at the point now where he's just like, oh, this girl really likes me. And again, he's so simple. He's like, I like people who like me. Please, Makima, help. And this arc illustrates how much of a monster Makima is on a basic level. Because just Makima is just grooming Denji for her needs. Like, she is just manipulating him so he will kill the gun devil because that's what she wants. But it's to the point that, like, now he has interest in a peer, and he's like, I can't do this because my heart belongs to Makima. And she's just such a monster for that. Like,
right? This one, Reze's objectively better. Fight me.
Yeah, might be. I mean, like, I might fight you on that. I mean, Makima's great. Like, she's such a good...
Great as a character.
Yeah, well, that is true. No, Reze just is much better for Denji.
Yes.
And the fact that, like, he's just fighting that from the start is just like, I was so mad at Makima on this read through because I was just like, you know, it's just, why is she in the way?
Why is she so evil?
Why? It's so evil because it's just like he has a semblance, like even while killing devils, this is the closest he's had to a semblance of a normal life. And she can't even let my guy have that. No. Like, I want Dennis to be happy, and that's all I want. And like, there's this hint of it possibly happening. And the first thing getting in the way always is Makima.
Yep.
So you get a couple panels of them getting to know each other. And she's like, hey, you've never been to school. Do you want to go after dark?
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. And they get to go to the school. And just another fun scene of like Denji living like a normal-ish life. I mean, if to you breaking into school is normal, I have never broken in anywhere.
Certainly never a school. You were never there when you were supposed to be.
I've never actually broken into a school. I might have broken into other buildings mattering on statute of limitations. I have or have not done that in my life. But no, I mean, it's just fun. It's harmless. They're not destroying things. And so they just do like cute things. Like, she's like, what's 1 + 1? He's like, 2. She's like, great, you're a genius.
And what's this word say? Fat ass.
I love because the first word she writes is balls. And he's like, pervert. And she's like, I thought you couldn't read. He's like, that's the one word I can read. And when she writes fat ass, he calls her a pervert. Like, they have a really good vibe together. Oh, I missed a scene. So there is a scene right after they say they're going to a school of a man talking to the typhoon devil. And I think he's a devil hunter. So not a devil hunter ex-hunter, a devil hunter. And typhoon is like, hey, I need you to kill this. I need you to kill Denji And he's like, yeah, whatever. And Typhoon's like, he's really hard to kill. And this guy's like, no, the easiest way to hunters are easy to kill. You just got to find what they like.
You got to find their heart is what he says.
You got to find their heart. And then he talks about how there was a devil hunter that was really hard to kill. But once he kidnapped the wife and family, it was easy. The guy just offered his life up.
Yeah. Not only did he kidnap the family, he showed the devil hunter their skin. They
do a good job of making him creepy. So, cut to the school. They're having fun. It's cute. They
go for a swim.
I love this scene. So, like, she gets undressed. They're going to skinny dip in the pool. And Denji is like, his internal thought process is, well, I want to jump in, but I don't want to jump in because I want to be faithful to Makima. I cannot do this. And then the very next panel is him naked. He's fuck.
Yeah.
It's so good. Because he's like, I am absolutely not going to do... Oh, no. I'm doing
Every guy relates.
And so she is showing him like how to swim. It's just a cute scene. He's like it's his normal life. So then they cut to them back in the classroom hanging out. She says she has to go to the bathroom and then the dude follows her. And I hate reading weekly, but Fujimoto really does do a good job of setting up. Like if you're reading these chapter to chapter, because the setup is that this guy's following Reze, and it's just... This is the moment, just before this was the moment I sent Sean a text. Because Sean had already read it. And I sent Sean a text. I'll like screen because I read on Manga Plus, which if you want to read it on Manga Plus. It's like $3 a month or something. So I'm reading it. I like to screenshot stuff and send it to him. So I sent him a screenshot of them interacting. I'm like, I really like her. And I want Dennis to be happy. Like I love this relationship. Let's see it go.
My immediate thought is, oh, you sweet summer child.
Before he has time to respond, he ends up getting a text from me saying, oh, well, that was quick. No, I think I said verbatim, I hope something bad doesn't happen to her. And then that guy starts following. But it's a really good setup if you're reading chapter to chapter because that guy's following her. And then the next issue, he says, hey, I don't want your life, but I want your eye and some skin because I'm going to show this guy and he'll cave immediately. Which, first of all, I don't think he would.
No.
That's just not Denji. So he does that. And then she does if you've seen Iron Man 2, where Black Widow is wrestling.
Yeah, full Black Widow.
She does the Black Widow thing and then chokes him out while singing in Russian. And we looked it up. I think it's like a Russian lullaby.
It's some sort of Russian song. I think it's, from what I've seen, it's Jane Fell Asleep in Church.
Yeah, so she's singing this song in Russian as she slowly kills him, which just sounds haunting and awesome. So like we've got a Russian sleeper. All right. And she sees Typhoon because Typhoon had a contract with this guy and she's talking to Typhoon. Typhoon's like, oh, I didn't know it was you.
I didn't know you were here.
And it says by name, Reze.
Yeah.
And
Lady
she's
Reze.
like, I will forgive you, but you need to help me soon. So then the contrast from that to her, she like really cutely does like the pop into the classroom to see Denji again. And I don't know. It's just a really great scene. Even like after like oh no, she's a Russian sleeper. She pops back in. I'm like
back to being cute.
I'm like, I hope this works out.
Right.
That was my thought.
I hope this works.
I was like, oh, that's charming. So she says, there's a festival tomorrow. Let's go together. They do cute festival things. And then during the fireworks, the framing for it's great. You know, she's like, I really like you, Denji, but do you like someone else? And he says, I do. And then she kisses him. And then so the framing is like a silhouette of them as they kiss. And then it shows him stumble backwards. And that was quick. That was quick before it went bad. That was quick before it went bad because she spits out his tongue. She bit it off and then cuts off his hand. She's like, Denji, I need your heart. But that was after, like,
not in a romantic way.
She asks him to run away with him first. Run away with her first. And so she goes in for the kill, I think. And that's when Beam shows up. King Beam!
Beam saves the day.
I love Beam so much. He's such a sweetheart.
Such a stupid name for a shark dude.
I know, it's the perfect name for a shark dude. So he rolls in and pulls Denji away. He's like, she's trouble. She is bomb. And starts running away. She bodies them and then some locals show up. She blows them up and then Beam is gone. Cut to Aki just boxing with some other agents in the second division. It's not important.
Some nondescript division that doesn't matter to the overall arc of the story.
Yeah. And so he's talking to him and the one dude's just... I complain a lot about shows like where they don't make you want to care about characters.
Looking at you, the final arc of JJK.
With this guy, I cared. Like, I feel like just the small interaction they had where he's like, hey, buddy, I'm going to recruit you. Division 4 is scary crazy. I'm going to recruit you in like 5 years. I'm going to run this division.
It feels like someone that could play a role later.
It does. And
until he doesn't.
He's a sincere friend of Aki's. Acquaintance even. But like it just... It feels real.
He's a work friend. He's not a friend.
He's a work friend, but it's enough that it feels genuine. And it feels like this loss of life is a loss. Like he's a person, not just like there for the slaughter. And for a second, it looks like he's going to live. He doesn't.
No.
Beam. So they're like, hey, Aki, we need you now. Beam has showed up with Denji, who's out cold. And another like just sprinkle for the like Makima building is... He's like, Bomb's working with Beam says to Aki, Bomb is working with the Gun Devil. Aki's like, you need to tell me how you know that. He's like, no, I can't. He's like, I'll kill you. He's like, if you tell me Makima's going to kill me. So he's like, what's going on here? So new second division guys like, Aki, go get them out of here. I'll hold off. This girl, there's a young girl who like, well, it's
like I'm being attacked by a devil.
He's like, you're smiling a lot for someone who's been being chased by a devil. And this is just like, I would love more explanation for some of the powers in this, just because they're so fun. Because there's rules to the powers they use, but a dude just makes mold grow in her lungs and intestines, which is like, he just points and all of a sudden she starts bleeding from the mouth. Like, how horrifying is that?
I would also like to see the mold devil and what that looks like.
Oh, God. I want to know what that smells like.
Nope. That is an incorrect statement.
So she's like dying or whatever. And they're like, even if you heal, the mold will stay there. And so she just... First of all, when she first turns into Bomb, she has a choker. She pulls the pin and her head explodes. Fucking amazing. Like, it's so good. And, like, it's just so badass and out there. I love it. So for this, she pulls it back and then punches it, and her head explodes to the side. And he's like, I can't infect things that aren't living. So since she's dead now. And then she throws her head at them and then says, boom. Everything they do with Reze, like the Bomb Devil, is so cool. Like, she just says boom, the way she makes different parts of her body explode, the way she transforms her body to make it bombs. Like, it's so cool. Like, everything about this is so cool. And I can't wait. Like, sometimes, like, if I read the manga, I'm like, I don't really care if I watch the anime. But, like, I cannot wait to see these scenes animated. Like, there's a scene, and I'll say this is the scene I'm talking about later. That's just going to be fucking sweet. And it's so good. So she blows up some of these guys, and like a fight ensues. She sends her body after second division, soon to be leader, not soon to be leader guy, hugs it, and then blows up.
Yep.
And you get a scene where he's like facing off with her, and God, he says something like he's flirting with her while he does it.
Yeah.
And like, he's such a badass. Like, he's dying. He's lost an arm, tied it off. She's like, you're hard to kill. And he says something flirty with her.
Something about her being easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like very sure he's going to die. And then you hear Cone, and the Fox Devil eats her. And then, like, so the guy who did that and then second division dude are like, whew, that was close. And then Fox Devil's like, I don't like this taste, and just disappears. Cut to Aki in a car. It's Aki, Angel, Beam, and Denji.
Unconscious
Denji. So Aki's like, okay, Angel, you need to give them some of your blood. So Angel starts doing that, and Angel goes, aren't you going to drive? And Aki says, why'd you just show me such a bad future?
Because remember, he has the future devil
and he can see a few seconds ahead. And so Reze jumps down. Bomb Devil jumps down right in front of him. It's like, fuck. And then
fucking
violence shows up to save the day. And I love it. I believe the phrase is wharfing someone. He gets wharfed, which is where you take a known powerful character, and to show how strong the new character is, you make them look like a bitch.
Yes.
So he does an arm drop or a heel drop on her, and she just like catches it, which is just, it's great with the stark contrast. Cause I think at this point she's wearing just like, she's got like a firecracker dress on the front and just underwear underneath.
Yeah.
And she's built like a twig.
Yes.
And like, he's got this whole heel drop. this is like one of my favorite tropes in anime is when you get a character that's really strong who gets hit really hard. They break into the ground, but they're unmoved, where it's just like they're just completely unfazed, but you get this huge shockwave just to show how fucking tough they are. It's awesome. So you get that scene. He's like, oh no. I think he just nopes out of there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he bails. He runs through a door, leaving the more important character, Kobane.
And then Kobane is just like crying, like, God, please don't. I promise I'll quit. I promise I'll quit. And
just show me mercy.
To go with how I love all of the characters, I think Kobane is like the comedic relief character done right. She works in world, first of all, because like she is rightly so just mortified. She was like forced into this by work. She is constantly a mess. When she does back it up, and the sloppy blowjob devil, if you know, you know, comes out, she's like horrifying.
Yeah,
but like. Other than that, she's just a complete wreck all the time, but she works in world and she does nothing but add. She doesn't take anything away. You get the laugh. It works for the scene. She's perfect. I love Kobane. She also tried to, we didn't talk about the scene.
We skipped over the scene you were going to talk about.
No, not that scene.
Oh, okay. I take that back.
Right after, before Reze gets attacked by that guy, Denji goes, "Hey Pochita," like because he just randomly talks to Pochita. He's like, "I think I'm in love with two girls, or I think I like two girls." And then he's like, "No, not the angel devil. That's a dude. I hear." And the small girl, she's cute, but she tried to
kill me.
So she's out. Yes. And I like just how chill he is about it. She tried to kill me, so she's out. Like, that's it. And then Power...
She sometimes still tries to kill me. She's a narcissist, she's a liar, and she's a racist.
It's just such a good scene.
Yeah.
Where it's just like he's just having this conversation with Pochita. But, back to the future. What line did I leave off on? Okay, Kobane. Kobane is great.
Yeah.
Bomb leaves Kobane to live. And because she's just chasing after Denji. They've driven off. Denji is now awake because Angel's given him blood. And
he saws out through the roof of the car.
But it's still like the nice little things because like Aki's like, I can't get this radio to work. And you hear whoop, 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 whoop. Like, that's like the sound effects they write is whoop, 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 whoop. And then he cuts his way out of the car and like, Denji, what the fuck?
Then he has the realization that every woman he meets tries to murder him.
Every woman he meets tries to murder him. And it's just like, my guy just wants a normal life.
Just wants a...
But everyone wants to kill him.
I would say he just wants a hug. He just wants some titties.
Well, which is why Katana, it's like, I hated Katana at first, but like, he really grows on you. And like, he's the only person who wants Denji. Everyone else like wants to fuck up Chainsaw Man, but like, because Denji is the reason his grandpa is dead. He wants to kill Denji. He is the only one that values Denji for Denji. I mean, Aki and Power and all them. But like, as far as like antagonistic, he hates Denji. Nobody else gives a fuck about Denji. And that might be some people's unwriting. I'm not saying anything more than that. Okay, so back to the story.
Now we get into the good stuff.
Yes. So Bomb and Chainsaw Man are fighting and she's fucking him up. She even says like, hey, you're not like even using your powers. You're just wildly swinging your chainsaws around.
Yeah, right.
And she's just kind of like, yeah, you're not going to beat me. You're not doing good enough. So she's fucking him up and then she like blows him away, right? Yeah. He is literally just a torso.
Yes.
And then Aki steps in and like, Aki knows how dangerous it is. He has the internal monologue of like, I can't fuck, like I can see a few seconds in the future, but I don't even know if I can keep up. I can't fuck up once or I'm
gotta
dead.
make the right choice. Make the right choice.
Gotta make every right choice. So he manages to cut off an arm and do a couple.
He like parries her a few times.
And then is able to slide chainsaw. No, while he's doing that, Angel Devil, which we get a little glimpse into Angel because earlier in it, there's someone dying and Aki's like, hey, can you put him out of your misery? What you do is painless. He's like, no, I think humans deserve to suffer.
Because he's still a devil despite being an angel.
But like, I feel like he's just fronting because at this point there's someone dying and he's like, hey, you're dying. Like he's very sweet to them.
And he was even like, don't worry, you're going to go to heaven.
Yeah, he does that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And so he's just very sweet to them. And he's like, I'm sorry, but I need your blood. And then he feeds it to Chainsaw Man. So Denji's up and back in action. Denji, Beam, and Angel are talking. And Angel's like, hey, Beam, you say chainsaws are like really fast and stuff. Like, how does he do that? And he says like he uses his chainsaws to like swing, like
he uses the chains to like swing it as hooks and swings along.
Yeah, and so Denji's like, oh, I got it. So
proceeds to use Beam as a fucking mount.
Beam has like a shark form that's like spider legs and a shark head, and he's like, okay, so I need to just I'm trying to think, like, learn how to herd or something like that. The shark.
He has to break Beam. Like, he puts the chains through his mouth like you would a horse with a bit.
And then Chain's, like, talking through it. He's like, this is not what I mean. He's like, no, I think it is. And Beam's like, okay.
I'm a genius.
I'm a genius. So now he's back to fighting Bomb. No, just before this, Violence shows up. And Reze, Bomb is like, hey guys, time out. I don't think this is fair. I'm outnumbered now. And Denji's like, no, I think this is fine. Because Angel's like, hey, you need to kill your girlfriend or kill yourself because too many people are dying.
Yes.
And Violence is like, yeah, no, this is fine. Violence is like, oh, wait, that is unfair. And Denji's like, no, it's fine. He's like, okay then.
Violence don't care.
And then Typhoon shows up. Typhoon is massive. They call him a kaiju. Like it's a kaiju fight. I love Violence. Violence is hilarious. Just like every interaction he has, he's like, all right, I'm going to do this. Nope, I'm not. Like when he was fighting her. So Typhoon's up, and then Denji hops on the shark and starts riding upward. He ends up managing to like cut off one of Bomb's legs, like one of Reze's legs. And Typhoon's like, I'll give you my blood, and just spits blood all over. And she's like, this is fucking, like, I think she says this is ridiculous.
Because we're ignoring the biggest part of this. It's a literal Sharknado. The chapter is literally called Sharknado.
Is it really?
Yes.
I never read chapter titles. I need to pay more attention. That's amazing. So, like, he's fighting her and ends up having to deal with Typhoon because Typhoon's, like, literally sucking them in.
Yeah.
At this point, Angel starts getting sucked in, and Aki, like, grabs his shirt. And Angel's like, just let me go. I'm wanting to die for ages. And then he slips away from Aki, and then Aki grabs his hand.
He's an idiot.
This is one of my favorite scenes in this arc because he grabs his hand, quickly pulls him in, and Angel's like, why would you do this? I siphoned some of your life away.
2 months, to be specific.
How much? He's like, 2 months. And just the amount of emotion they portray just through like their eyes, like Angel is clearly upset about it. You know, he just kind of like looks down, and Aki had like when he hears 2 months, he's hurt by it because he only has like 2 years as is
at this point. Yeah.
And then it's just a sweet scene where he's like hugging Angel because he keeps saying like he doesn't like these demons or anything like that. But like, so he's holding on to Angel, like hugging him close and saying like, hey, I'm tired of people close to me dying right in front of my eyes. If you're going to die, you need to go far away from me. And it's just such a touching scene. And it's just like Aki, all of this, like Aki's whole arc is him getting away from wanting revenge and starting to realize that the people around him matter, even the devils, even Power, even Angel. And this is, I feel like there's a whole bunch of shit going on, and you get this huge development for him, and it's just such a sweet scene. And then we cut to Chainsaw Man. He's like, I don't even have to do shit.
Who's the opposite of sweet in this moment?
He's like, he's being swirled around in Typhoon. So I just have to flail my arms around wildly.
Which is what he was doing anyways.
Right? So he just completely guts Typhoon, and then it's him and Reze on the top of a building. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, she blows up his arm, says you're not using things the way you should. But he connects his chains to his arms. So he like throws them at her, wraps them around her, pulls her close, and says, you made a mistake. You taught me how to swim. You can't explode in the water. And then they just fall into the water, fade to black.
Yep.
They both wake up. Well, she wakes up. I think it's kind of from her perspective that she wakes up after fading to black. And she's like, why did you revive me? And like, I tried to kill you. I've killed a lot of people. And he's like, the way I live, I can let pretty much anything slide. If you're not trying to kill me in this moment, it's cool. And he's like, I really like you. Why don't we run away together? Yes. I can fight too. We could both run away. And then she's standoffish about it. And then before she goes away, she walks up to him to kiss him and then just breaks his neck. At which point he's just like, just meet me at the coffee shop before midnight tomorrow and we can run away together.
And he goes after Beam. Beam, pull my chain.
Yeah, he's like, since he can't move because his neck's broken, he's like, Beam, pull my chain so I can heal, because he wants to chase after her. And then they talk about a newscast of how in Russia there were ghost stories or wives' tales, urban legends of children that get kidnapped and raised in Russia to
In a
fight
secret room.
and experimented on. And it turns out Reze is one of them. And as they're explaining that, they show Reze like with a hat on, getting on a train in Japan. I don't remember where it was saying it was going to. And so
Doesn't matter. She's just escaping.
she's walking through an alley, and then a bunch of mice crawl together to make Makima.
She goes to run away, but then she decides to go back to Denji. That's when Makima runs into her.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought she was going to run away with him. I thought she was on her way to Denji.
She was doing it by herself, and then she decides to go back for Denji.
See, my reading comprehension, the reading comprehension devil. Fuck.
That's the one I made a contract with.
and that's what's affecting me. The contract you made was Zach can't read.
Yes, exactly.
So she starts heading towards the cafe. She's in an alleyway. The cafe is in sight. And then a bunch of rats pile up because that's how Makima fast travels. Mice. Because the country
Apparently
mouse.
she's in Dishonored.
I don't get that one. Dishonored? What do the mice do in Dishonored?
I mean, one of the powers is the guy can control mice.
Oh, that's sick. I need to play that.
It's a good game.
So she pulls up in front of Reze, and then Reze gets hit by one of Angel's weapons. Mm-hmm. She dashes at Makima, stabs her, and then a spear goes through her chest. And she kind of like lays down. I think she like falls into Makima's arms. And I don't remember this when it happens, but she says, I should have killed you. Makima says, I should have killed you the first time we met. And I don't remember the first time they met. I don't know if it's just like implying something that happened off screen or if I just missed something. And so as Reze's bleeding out, she can see in the window and she's like, Denji, I never got to go to school either. And it's just a sad end. It's a sad end of just kids getting fucking tortured and raised to kill. She's the mirror of Denji. She hasn't had the life, and now she's just being controlled, and they both wanted to get away, and she couldn't.
Yeah.
And maybe he can. We don't know yet, because it's still ongoing. Part 2 is really good. It's not as good as part 1 yet, but like, that could change.
Yeah, anything could change in a moment.
Anything could change in a moment. And then Makima's like, I thought I told you to bring Aki up to Angel, and she's like...
You wouldn't want to kill a girl.
Yeah, he's like, he's been doing enough killing. He wouldn't want to do this. And she's like, you are kind or something like that. And he said, I am the angel devil after all. And, it just ends on a sad note. Well, no, because then they go goofy. But it still works. Like, it all works.
It's sad but goofy because you cut to Denji in the cafe.
And the guy's like...
He's got a bouquet of flowers with him even.
And the guy's like... The owner of the cafe is like, bro, she's not coming.
She's out. She was out of your league.
He said, be honest with yourself. She was out of your league from the start.
And then they says, you'll eventually meet a girl that's right for you. In burst power.
It's so good. And Power's just being Power, annoying and obnoxious.
It's like, those flowers suit me really well. Gimme.
And then he just eats them. Yeah. And it's a sweet end with Power, because Power is Power. I love Power.
Another dumb dog.
Well, those are both just beautiful idiots. Power and Denji are my favorite idiot combo, like especially with the Kishibe training, where like they put on their glasses because they're smart.
They are the definition of platonic soulmates.
They're amazing, and I love them both. But yeah, so that's the Reze arc for you. I have said and will say and will always say the end of season 1 of Chainsaw or the beginning of the Reze arc is when Chainsaw Man gets good, and it was good before, but like it really picks up, and it is. It's like nonstop from here because this ends with them saying there's footage of Chainsaw Man fighting. People are like, is he good? Is he bad? Makima's like, hey, people are going to come for you now. Yeah. And they kind of allude to a bunch of like devil hunters.
Yeah, because
who are very famous and very strong. Like, what's Santa Claus, who is probably the most menacing character in the series for reasons. He's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this arc is astounding. And like, if you want to ask me my favorite arc in Chainsaw Man, it is part 1, all of it.
Yeah.
And this is only I'm sorry for keep interrupting you, but like I keep forgetting how early on we are, because we're only like at the end of this arc, it's chapter like 53, which is like nothing. Right?
Yeah, and we still the first overall part of Chainsaw Man ends at chapter 99.
Yeah, chapter 99. So we're like at the halfway point after this movie, and I believe I'm going to do some research. And I'm going to do, I'm going to have Sean too do everything you need to know about the Reze Arc episode. So that'll either come maybe before this with the power of editing. But yeah, no, Chainsaw Man's amazing. This is amazing.
Seriously,
I can't wait
read
for
it
Reze.
because as much as we talk about it, we still don't do it justice.
We really don't. You should read it. It's a really good read. But if just watching it's all you do, see Reze in theaters October 24th. I don't know if we'll be able to.
We're not even being sponsored when we're plugging this.
Are you kidding me? Being sponsored by Chainsaw Man, like for Chainsaw Man, is my actual dream.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Imagine the sweet ass merch we get.
But yeah, oh my god. But there is a popcorn bucket. There's a Pochita popcorn bucket for this event, and it looks amazing. So like, go to see. Even if you hate Chainsaw Man, Pochita's cute. Get the bucket.
Capitalism is the worst because it makes me spend money on stupid shit.
But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for the Reze Arc? Do you like the new style? Did you prefer the old style?
Tell us what you thought about the compilations.
Yeah, definitely. The compilations I thought were great.
I didn't have any
I'm bummed out because they took out the Aki coffee scene. I'm not going to get super into it. It was a sweet scene, but I get it. I mean, like, you only have so much room.
It's not super important.
It wasn't. I'm just an Aki simp, honestly. He's my favorite character in all of Chainsaw Man.
He's his favorite character in a manga full of favorite characters.
Exactly. But yeah, no, comment. Let us know what you think of Chainsaw Man. Are you excited? Do you like the new style? And until next time, let's keep it low key.